WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I have a Teeling, that is from Dublin, Ireland. Single pot still, single cask, American Virgin Oak, 62.1% Irish whiskey, for €82.95. Now, this is an exclusive bottling for the Netherlands, the Dutch online shop called DrankDozijn, so Drink the Dozen. And I actually got it on sale for €62.95. They had a €20 off sale, which is always a little bit discomforting when you're buying a single cask exclusive for an online shop, which means they're trying to get rid of it often. Now, is this good or bad? So I actually received a nice little, I received the newsletter of DrankDozijn every Sunday or Saturday or whatever. And sometimes I buy things, sometimes I don't. And I just looked at it and said, nope, not going to buy that. I thought about it for a minute or two, looked at it and was like, nah. And then a couple of my super fans, those are the people who support my Patreon. If you want to support me in Patreon, WhiskyJason, just Google it and you'll find me in Patreon. By the way, everything is on German there. I'm sorry. Maybe one day I might actually have a separate thing in English, but it's for my German community. But hey, if you want to support me, go ahead. And they can recommend bottles. So it was like, hey, 2 people recommended this, and I was like, all right. So I was almost going to buy it. 2 people bought it. 2 people recommended it. I did my bottle share. What am I left with? I'm still left with 20C out on the bottle. Usually my bottle shares go through very, very quickly. And it's like, I don't know what this is, don't buy it, and so on. All right, this is Whiskybase 217917, cask number 58519. As I said, it's Virgin American Oak. It was distilled 2016. It was bottled in March of 2022. Now, dear Teeling, if you're watching, I'm not happy. Why? Number one, I'm not happy, like many, many other people in Ireland, because you put down natural character, not natural color on your bottle. And the second thing I'm not happy about is you have here the nice little phrase that you've been using, crafted and distilled by. You actually used the same phrase on your old ones as well, which you did not make. This is Coulis juice. All right, so Coulis juice says crafted and distilled, so crafted and bottled by the Teeling Whiskey Company. Here, this says crafted and distilled by the Teeling Whiskey Company. How do I recognize what's your own juice and what isn't? It would have been an easy thing to say distilled by. And then everyone would have known, hey, this is the juice from Dublin. This crafted is the juice from Coulis. But no. Teeling, once again, and I'm going to say once again, and I've had videos about this many, many times, have chosen not to go the way of great transparency, but rather kind of to use word gains to confuse me, at least. Let's stick with my version of this. All right, so what am I going to compare it to? The second thing I'm still not happy about, the single pot still. Now, what they did way back when, this is 2019 actually, Teeling used Germany in particular to actually use this as a guinea pig. So they had a batch number 1, number 2, number 3 with a lot of fanfare, by the way. Yeah, they put these batches out. The first stuff, yay, batch number 1, ooh, not good. Batch number 2, still not good. Batch number 3, still not good, but a little bit better. And they actually did not do a batch 4 because what they did was they released in the USA, after using us in the continental Europe as a guinea pig, you in America got the first Teeling single pot still edition. No batch number. 46% and from their own juice. Now, on the one hand, you have to try, you have to learn, you have to mix, you have to make mistakes. On the other hand, I must admit I did not feel like I was a valued customer of Teeling after buying all 3 bottles. I did not buy the 4th. I tried batch 1, 2, and 3, and since then I've stayed away from it. All right, so if it had been me, no one's asking me, but if it had been me, We have Jack and Stephen Teeling, the sons of John Teeling. I interviewed John Teeling this summer at Great Northern. Great guy. Jack and Stephen Teeling, great guys as well. If it was me, I would have actually used a brand for the source whiskeys, and then I would have used the brand Teeling for their own whiskey made by them. Because I am of the personal opinion that they're going to lose many, many fans of the brand because they're going to start buying this like I did with our single malt. So this is a bottle here of the 2014 single malt. There is no evidence whatsoever on the bottle here about batch numbers. This here is the 2021 version. There is no evidence whatsoever that it's a totally different batch that's made from their juice from Dublin and the other is Cooley. I love the Cooley stuff and I do not like the Dublin stuff. And I was very, 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 very disappointed at how massive the change of taste was between the old Cooley stuff and the new Dublin stuff. Now, it's going to happen inadvertently. It's going to happen. And we're going to have a lot of the people from the fan base, from the community that love Teeling so far, going to go, ooh, what's this? No, thank you. And people are going to turn away. But had they actually used a different brand for that first thing, it would have been fairly easy, not easy, but fairly easy to rebrand the people, to inform the people that's the old stuff, that's good, the new stuff is going to be this, and you had your distribution network, you had everything set up, and you'd built a brand already. But no, so they're going to go through this. I'm going to say it's going to be a 5-year transition period between sometimes you get the good old stuff, sometimes you get a bad new stuff, sometimes you get, in this case, an okay middle stuff, and then in a couple of years we're going to get the good stuff that actually has reached the age point that it's actually good. Now, this was produced in 2016, and the distillery opened 2015, so they can't have older stuff. So this is this is 6 years, could be theoretically, could only be 5. And it's an interesting thing. 62.6% ABV should be hot. It's not. They did a very good job of a very clean distillation, triple distillation here. Now on the back of the nice little tin here, it does say our single pot still Irish whiskey is crafted using a recipe of 50% malted and 50% unmalted barley, which was tripled distilled in our, now they say it, Dublin distillery and matured in high quality casks until we say it's ready. Bottled, Bottled from, I need glasses, I do know that. Bottled from a hand-selected cask exclusively chosen for its exceptional quality. Each Teeling single pot still single cask has its own individual personality and unique taste. Bottled at cask strength with no chill filtration completes the unique bottling. This is not how everyone makes Irish whiskey. It's our way. That's the spirit of Dublin. Interesting enough, even here they did not say no or natural color. It would have been so easy to have non-chilled, filtered, and natural color on here. If it's not on here, it might be in there. Of course it's not in a single cask, but hey, what's the problem to put natural color, not natural character? Natural character, absolutely no reason whatsoever to believe that that means anything. All right, so, wow, green. I dislike batch 1. I do not like batch 3, and I still do not like batch 2. This is acceptable. Now, I personally believe, rant's almost over, single pot still whiskey needs minimum 6, often 8 to 10 years to be nice. There might be a reason that Redbreast starts offering single pot still whiskey at 12. We have the 12, the 15, the 21. Yes, with style is maybe a little bit younger. There was a Redbreast Distillery addition with 10 in cask strength. That was very, very delicious, but it's not something that we can really, really rush. 50% unmalted, 50% malted barley. That unmalted barley is harder to actually crack, to grind, to turn into grist. It's not easier to actually mash that. It's not easier to ferment that. It does give an oily, nice character that needs a little bit more time in the cask. This was a virgin oak. Yeah, a virgin American oak cask, which I think is very, very good. 180 liters of alcohol left over after those 5 to 6 years by 258 bottles for 82 euros. All right, let's try this. Cheers. Now, there's a lot of potential in this. There's a moment where it went, wow, this is going to be good. But then it's like, oh, especially the finishes. The 62.6% ABV are absolutely drinkable. There's nothing whatsoever about this that says, hey, it's too hot. Well done there. There's a lot of vanilla. There's some oak spice going on here. There's some apple, some green apple, red apple, maybe Granny Smith apple going on in here. There's a little bit of like an overripe melon in between, but there's also some notes in there of more of a green birch twig moment, a branch, as if you'd pull off the bark of a new tree and chew on it. It's just a little bit still young going on there. Is this going in the right direction? Yes. Is this going to be a very good whiskey in another 4+ years? Absolutely. I can only recommend that. And I must admit, yay, Alex Chenko or Chasko, I forgot. Sorry, Alex. His signature is finally on here. This actually still said back then Jack Teeling, which had nothing to do with it. Well, yes, he had a lot to do with it, but I don't think he was the distiller back then. Alex finally has his name on the bottle, and I think that's where it deserves to be. I added water, and I diluted this down to 50% in my German whiskey video dazu. What I'm going to do is just add a few drops of water, and dilute it down to maybe 62%. This whiskey bottle is for all the people that like single pot still whiskey, love Teeling, and want to be taken on the adventure, on the journey of them becoming I'm going to use the word powerhouse of single pot still whiskey in Ireland. At the moment, we have basically Middleton with their Redbreast and a little bit of Powers and their Spots. We have Dingle, and we have a few tiny others that are making something. Now, there's going to be a lot on the market in the next couple of years, but it's going to be very young, 4-year-old, 3-year-old whiskey. Teeling has already 6-year-old whiskey, and in a couple of years it's going to be 10 years old. I think it's going to be amazing stuff. I hope, I expect, I assume, I really do desire it to be that. But it's not there yet, in my opinion. This is a C- whiskey. This is not great. This is not wow. This is not bad. For everyone who's on that journey that wants to follow, go buy a single barrel. We had, for example, a single barrel in Belgium and Luxembourg. We had a single barrel at the Three Rivers in Tokyo. We had a single barrels at James J. Fox in Dublin and so on, all over 60%, all from 2016. So if I compare it to this real quick. Not worth it. All right, good stuff. Getting there. No, it just needs more time. Question of the day, what is your favorite Teeling bottling? Please write it down in the comments. That'd be great. I'm going to stop now and say thank you very much for watching. Rant's over. WhiskyJason, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, tasting rare and exotic whiskey. 258 bottles in this case. Like, subscribe, tell others, and please share. Bye-bye.